to the driver's side and rinse it also. Okay, the convertible top is entirely cleaned. And the filming crew spectator is making her way around the video too. That's part of our film crew. Now it's time to rinse the entire vehicle before we give it its bubble bath. You don't want to give a bubble bath on a dry vehicle. Alright, we're going to take our Tornador foam gun. It has 2 ounces of our black cherry soap in that quart container, the rest filled up with water. And we're going to show you the latest and greatest way to shampoo an exterior of a vehicle. We're putting a nice coat of soap on the vehicle. Taking a lamb's wool mitt, dipped it into our bucket, which has a grit guard in it. All the grit falls to the bottom of the bucket if there is any grit on your mitt once you tap the grit guard. The foam is the secret because that lifts the dirt off the car. Now I can take my mitt down to the rocker panels just like I've done because I have little fear that there's going to be too much dirt down there because remember we scrubbed that. Now I'm going to change my mitt just to show you a different mitt. That's a Chanel microfiber car wash mitt. Softer than the lamb's wool mitt, absorbs better, costs a little more but it's worth it. Always hit your windows too. Now we're going to go the conventional way. Now that bucket is just has clean water in it. Anytime you wash up a vehicle after you've done your scrubbing, you should actually go to a different bucket just in case it has sediment in it, or rinse that bucket out very well. You obviously never want to use the same water that you use to scrub the various components. This water is just fresh water. We put a few ounces of our black cherry car wash soap in the bucket, and we're showing you the old conventional way of washing the car without using the foam gun. The foam gun is actually hooked up to a compressor. It uses compressed air to generate the foam. The conventional way, you put a couple ounces of car wash soap in 3 or 4 gallons of water, you agitate the water to build up a suds, and then you use a car wash mitt. No reason to take the car wash mitt to the convertible top because we already scrubbed it. Okay, I put my blow pressure tip on now because I want to clean the door jambs. This particular vehicle will be getting a complete interior detailing, so you might as well clean the jambs out now, especially if they're really dirty. You might as well get the wet work out of the way now. I put my low pressure tip on, I'm taking my Special Force all-purpose cleaner, and I'm spraying it inside the door jambs and below the door and the hinge area, and as you can see the dog legs and the kick panels. I'm going to take my body brush again, and I'm going to scrub basically the outside of the door jamb, underneath the door, and inside the door jamb where the hinges are, the kick panels, and the dog legs too. Again, get your wet work out of the way now if the car is getting the interior done. If the car is not getting the interior done and just the exterior, I probably wouldn't scrub the jambs like I'm doing, but I would wipe the door jambs out after I'm done buffing and waxing the car just because they are going to get buffing overspray. Now that hinge area is always tough to get to, so I'm actually using the slot brush that I used on the wheel to get into that area to clean it very good. So you can see that Special Force all-purpose cleaner is just a great all-purpose cleaner. You can clean many components of the vehicle. You can actually use it to clean wheels and engines that aren't too greasy and grimy. And it is a non-caustic product. The Special Force is non-caustic. I'm rinsing the soap. Take a microfiber towel. to dry any of the excess water, because I'm not going to get into the interior for a little while. I'm going to be detailing the exterior. So I'm going to dry that out. And I'm going to use caution when I am rinsing the door jambs, so I don't get the interior too wet. Again, I take my white lithium grease and I re-grease the hinges. Now it's time to clay the vehicle. Every vehicle that you're going to detail, you should clay. I'm taking our Wonder Lube, it's a spray lubricant, to the hood. I'm going to take a medium duty gray clay bar and I'm going to form it into a disc shape, kind of like a pancake. I'm going to glide it over the surface. I'm going to pay special attention to the flat surfaces of the vehicle. Obviously on this one, the hood and the trunk, because your flat surfaces usually have more pollutants than the sides. What the clay does, it removes environmental fallout and elements that may be stuck to the paint that the car wash would not remove. Buffing the vehicle, waxing the vehicle will remove most of that debris, but it won't remove all of it. The clay will remove all of it. So when you do go to buff the vehicle or polish the vehicle, your buffer will just glide along the surface. It'll make your detail go so much smoother and faster. You'll actually use less polish as you're buffing the vehicle, because now the surface is nice and slick. And you won't have to clean your pad as often. When I'm done claying the entire vehicle, I'll put the clay bar back in its container, spray some Special Force to keep it, or I'm sorry, some Wonder Lube to keep the clay bar nice and lubricated for the next time. Give it one more quick rinse in case the clay bar left any clay marks on the vehicle. They normally don't, as long as you keep the surfaces well lubricated. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to dry a vehicle. That's the new California Jelly Blade. Kind of shears the water off in sheets, especially on a bigger vehicle. Makes the drying procedure go very fast. Kind of forms to the shape. Now that's a 40 by 24 inch waffle weave super sucker towel. And it's microfiber, and as you know, microfiber is super absorbent. That's a great product to dry the car quickly too. Microfiber won't scratch as long as you keep your towel clean. At the end of the day, toss them in the washer and wash them with the proper soap. Never use bleach, never use fabric softener on any of your towels. Third option we want to show you is a microfiber sponge. Some people like that. Now obviously you don't have to use every towel that we're showing you, but we just want to show you your options. It's a little bit smaller. Basically it's a sponge material encapsulated with a soft microfiber absorbent covering. Clean my wheels before they water spot on me. Once the vehicle is thoroughly dried, now you want to remove the tar splatters that may be on the vehicle. And typically they're going to be found behind the wheels, on the lower quarter panels, the rocker panels, behind the front wheels, in the wheel lips, very important. Can't even be found on the wheel. Look at all that tar. If it's an SUV or a minivan, that rear hatch door will always be polluted with tar. Now, you're removing tar in a dark vehicle. Sometimes it's going to be tough to see the tar. So don't only think that the tar is on the lower sections, it could also be on the upper sections. Well, there you have it. The next video will be exterior detailing. We thank you for visiting us, and we look forward to seeing you again.